All right, Mangalam, many thanks for those details. Now, InsurTech startup InsuranceDekho has raised $150 million in a Series A funding round. This makes it the largest ever Series A round fund raised for an InsurTech player. The equity round was led by Goldman Sachs Asset Management and TVS Capital Funds, with participation from Investcorp, Avatar Ventures and Leapfrog Investments. This fundraise will fuel the company's growth plans, which also includes inorganic growth opportunities. To talk about the company's growth plans, both organic and inorganic, we are now joined by Ankit Agarwal, the co-founder and CEO of InsuranceDekho. Ankit, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Congrats on the $150 million fundraise. It's a mix of equity and debt. So can you tell us how much of it is equity and how much debt? What are you valued at post this fundraise?
So majority of the raise is in equity. We are valued at a Sunicon valuation. Given our confidentiality clauses in the contract, I'll not be able to share the valuation.
All right, so most of it is equity and you have a Sunicon valuation now. Talk to us about how you plan to use the funds that you've raised. You're also looking at some inorganic opportunities. Are you in talks with anyone currently?
So broadly, one, obviously, we're looking at acquiring a couple of assets. The conversations are in various stages of discussion. You should hear a couple of news from us on M&A in the coming weeks or months. Second, we want to build out for real Bharat. The core focus of InsuranceDekho is how do you take insurance distribution beyond the metros. And as I've always told people, within India, there are two Indias. One is the India where people like us stay, that is Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi's of the world. The second is Bharat. And our core focus at InsuranceDekho is to build for Bharat. We will continue to focus there, continue to build there. Third, we will invest in a lot of tech and product. Tech is at the core of what we are building out. So we will focus on that. There are a couple of NIs, new initiatives, as we call it, within the organization, which are Horizon 3-4 projects. And we will also focus on launching of new product categories.
Right. So your focus is on building for Bharat, but you also said you're eyeing some assets. Can you tell us what kind of assets you're eyeing?
Sure. So there are broadly two categories of assets which we are looking at. The first category is assets which give us geographical expansion capabilities.
Right.
So we will look at acquiring those assets which are there in geographies where we are not strong. By geography, I mean within India. We will only continue to focus on India for now. The second category which we are looking at is, can we acquire some technological skill sets which we don't have? So there are some companies which we've identified in that space, which we would look at. Last but not the least is if there's any niche product company which is available, which helps us in our Horizon 3 or 4 initiatives. That is the third category.
All right, so we'll hear some news on that front, you said, in a couple of months. But on revenues, where will you end this year? Where will your next leg of growth come from? What's profitability looking like?
So I'll start with the last question, which I think is the buzz of the season on market right now. Profitability. We at InsuranceDekho have always focused on profitability. For us, it's not a new mantra. So I'm happy to share with not only you and with the larger audience that the company should look at becoming profitable in Q4. And from a next full year purpose also is where we target full year profitability. From a revenue perspective, we are a IRDA governed distribution company. So our revenue is in line with IRDA guidelines. We will look at closing this financial year at anywhere between 1,900 to 2,000 crore in premium. And if you look at that from an APR basis, that is annual premium run rate basis, we would be anywhere between 3,300 to 3,600.
All right. So actually, you preempted my next question. So we'll see you profitable in Q4. But like you just said, you've seen a significant premium growth and aim to achieve an annualized premium run rate of 3,500 crore rupees by March 2023. And you're on track to achieve this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. You've also said that you need to go beyond urban regions. Like you said, you're building for Bharat when it comes to insurance penetration in the country. So what's the traction you're seeing in tier 2 and beyond cities? Will that be the big focus going forward? And what's the expansion plan?
That's always been the core focus for us. If you look at our business, about 80% of our business comes from tier 2 and beyond cities.
Right.
About 75% of our agents are from smaller cities. We would perhaps be the only InsurTech startup which covers 98% of India's PIN codes from a consumer perspective, and we have presence in over 1,300 plus towns. So when we started off the business, we wanted to focus on a state. Then we said, let's open up important cities or towns. Now we are saying that there are 6 lakh villages in the country. In the next 3 years, can we get to 3 lakh villages? Can we ensure that 3 lakh villages have InsuranceDekho advisors? That's the core focus of the organization.
All right. And Take us through the kind of products you have on offer, what's in the pipeline, because you also said that you're looking at some new products as well. And which products are you seeing the most amount of traction for?
So we are a specialized insurance distribution company. That is, we focus on GI life insurance, both. I think in the insurance industry, there is a period which is called before COVID, and then there's a period after COVID. Before COVID, people used to focus on motor. After COVID, people have started focusing on health and life, which were typically push products, have now become pull products. People have started reaching out to us, started buying that. So health and life is the core focus area for the organization. About 15 to 18% of our current premium comes from health and life. The focus for us is in the next 2 years, we make it to a 50% contribution. Also, we believe the SME and MSME segment in the country is ripe for disruption. We are working with a couple of insurance companies to create exclusive products there. You will see us launching those products in the next financial year. Lastly, we've also seen a lot of inquiries coming from niche categories like pet insurance. We would be one of the few insurtechs in the country to have an exclusive section for pet insurance, and we'll continue to focus on such niche segments.
All right, pet insurance as well. So we're looking forward to seeing all the new products that you're going to launch. But Ankit, we're completely out of time. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you.